You've had a lot of special sessions, and I know there's not a lot of political will to have more. That said, with the advent of the medical marijuana state question, some advocates have called for that. How do you respond to not needing one? Because that's something you've said. Why is that? And what needs to happen from a leadership perspective to implement that law?
Well, we have to have support from the leadership in the House and Senate. And with the elections this year, there wasn't a lot of sentiment to want to go back into another special session because we've had so many. But in the end, the astute position, which has been and is still, that it is so complicated to enact medical marijuana because we've never done it before, that as we've had all these legislative committees, which are bipartisan meetings, people didn't know until various groups came to testify all the different ramifications of passing that. And I'll give you one example. So my Commerce Department told me a couple of weeks ago, now mind you, some people wanted us to enact a special session back in June and July. I guess it was July, right after it came into effect, back in July. So here we are in October. But my Commerce Department told me a couple of weeks ago that they had an application from a grower wanting to have the Quality Jobs Act, which is a tax incentive that businesses can get. So she had her legal team do some research, and they were asking for a taxpayer-funded incentive on something that's federally illegal. It's still against federal law to grow marijuana. And where that would affect agencies that have federal money is it'd be making them do something illegal. And there's been so many ramifications from doctors that worry about liability when they get Medicaid or Medicare money, and they're getting federal money, but yet they're possibly transacting a medical product that has been voted on by the people of Oklahoma. How does all of that mesh? How do you deposit money somewhere when it's against the law federally, in a federally insured bank, to be able to deposit money? So, and I could go on and on and on. Nursing homes.
So what's
nursing
the
homes that contact us
role to work through all that complicated?
Well, that's why they've been having legislative hearings, because as we delve into this, as I said just 2 weeks ago, we found out this other issue. It just keeps going and going and going. I had some people call from the Nursing Home Association and said, I have a patient that's been asking if they can grow marijuana plants in the nursing home. Well, they get federal money too. So how do you sort through all these very complicated issues? And yes, the people of Oklahoma voted to have medical marijuana, and it is and will be implemented. The health department's done a great job, despite all their criticism, to take a new topic and try to implement it in a very short period of time. They had 60 days to get the applications out, to get a system formed up. But there are other many complicated legal questions that go with that. And at one point in time, we had a list of all the agencies that were touched, and I can't remember.
17 or so.
Yeah, it was very complicated. So
for now, it's
for now, and it could be more. But I do think the legislature needs to have a bill ready and to go into session, whatever that time frame is, to address this issue, to give certainty to the growers, to the recipients that want to be able to use medical marijuana, and protections for various businesses that are worried about breaking federal law and getting in trouble. Now, the reality is that I heard of the first case of seeds going out recently, the last couple of weeks. And you got to plant it in the ground, and then it's got to germinate and grow, and then you got to cultivate it, then you have to process it. It may be till January till you even have a product out there.
Right.
It's just the reality of how things are. And so to have special session, when you don't have all the problems on a very complicated issue figured out and solutions figured out, and we need to do it right and try to listen to all the different voices that are out there. So that's what's been going on at the Capitol.